don't get old. Just don't get old. Alright. How's everybody doing? My name's Blyte Chokum. I found these glasses outside in the dumpster. Didn't have anything better to wear, so figured I'd do it. I was just thinking about how wonderful it would be if more people just sort of like got along and stuff. And I think one thing that we could use, I tap my feet a lot for some reason. One thing that I feel like we could do to make things just a little bit brighter, a little bit better for everybody out there. Just a little hope, maybe a little hug, right? Oh, damn. Oh, that hurts. Just a little bit of love. That's what it's all about here in the country. Yep, that's right. Love is in the air, and I think that it's I think we're about due for something coming from the air. Maybe it's something sort of like a Wi-Fi signal, or some kind like that, you know. But hold on now. There's something in the air. Something in the air. And I think when you come down out to the country, you're gonna find something better, maybe even more interesting than they ever thought you would. Are people actually right? What is that word? Are them words or something? What is that word? Is it a heart? I'll get a little bit closer here. Story was out here drawing earlier, taking an art guard apparently. I don't know what, but this is something he was drawing earlier. I don't know what the hell's going on out here. Every time I come out here, there's some kind of mess. And I don't quite understand. It's just like something just comes over me. I just want to come out here. I would just figure things would be the way I left it, but it never is. Hey, my man. Hey, how you doing? All right. Oh gosh, forgive me. I'm trying to fix my hair. Yep. Let's try it. I'm working on a voodoo doll. One second. His name is Rex. You want to see what he looks like? Come here, Rex. Come here, Rex. God damn it, Rex. Rex. Oh, god damn, Rex. Son of a... You know how expensive this guitar... Well, it's not that expensive. I got it on sale, but still, it's not the principle of the matter, Rex. And Rex just sits on the guitar like that. Rex, you knocked my goddamn head off. Where... Nothing makes sense anymore, Rex. Did it ever? What the hell? Did you just... Was that you? God darn it, Rex. Oh, that's better. Oh, gosh. Now, Rex, what do you say to all the people back home out in the wonder? Don't throw your hand in there like that, Rex. That was... What the hell? Just put your little arms down. What the hell? You say he's been having some issues. I've been praying for him. I don't think that the praying's been working. It's just been, he's been getting worse. Yeah, just worse and worse and worse. Happens to the best of us, Rex. Oh, whee! Now about them apples. You know about wisdom. You know about being wise. When you know about being truthful. Now, truthful to yourself first, perhaps even. That way you can go even Steven on the rest of them. Straight on up that hill. But don't be the person that kicks the ladder out from under you, you know? Sometimes you got to be the person that pulls people up by their own bootstraps. I wrote a little song about it. It's no big whoop, but it goes like this. Rolling by them bootstraps. Holy. Laughing. Fucking shit up, fucking my song up, pulling them up by them bootstraps. That's the beginning of it anyways. I've been writing that song since I was about 16 years old, and that was back in 1973. So I think you can understand my frustration when it comes to that and why I just want to laugh out loud. Because sometimes you just gotta laugh. Otherwise you'll cry, I guess. Or you'll just laugh harder and you ever seen those people laugh so hard they bust a gut? And when they say bust a gut, that means a piece of intestine goes through the thin piece of your stomach lining. And a big old bubble of fat and greasy intestine come out. And, well, you got to shove that shit right back in and get some catgut. Preferably a chew gauge needle of some kind, and sew that sucker up right away. And pour some rum on it and get busy back in the fields. Well, I don't understand the big deal. Jeez. I got this guitar off a dead man in the sewers. It sounded better down in the sewers. I think it must have been the acoustics. I mean the sound, not the acoustic. Country, red, white, and blue. That's right. Y'all know it. Come on, sing along. Country, yeah, all right, mama. Red, white, and fucking blue. It's up to you. You little patriot buckaroos. And it is true, you know, it really is up to us. We gotta do our part to change the world, one mind at a time. You know, gotta turn that key of knowledge, key of power, key to the car, if you will. You know, there's nothing out there that's stick shift anymore. Everything's automatic, you know, just given to you. I prefer it that way. I think it's great. I think that some people had to suffer so others may prosper. That's how the world should be. And I think we should prop each other up instead of tearing each other down. I think that's what life is all about. At least that's what my granddaddy told my granddaddy once. And then my granddaddy told my daddy, and my dad told me in a dream about 3 nights ago. I don't lie. This is the internet. I would never lie to you. And I can't. If you are, oh my God, what the hell was that? Speaking of daddy, is daddy home or something? Hey mama, is daddy home? No? Over there? Okay. Why aren't you talking? Can't hear you. Your voice? What? Scott? Oh, okay. Right. Whew. God the gosh darn day, mom. Had no idea. All right. Howdy, everybody. Well, hello, my Lynn. How are you? Rex is bad. Mama, did you see where Rex went? No? Shit. Oh my God, he's gone. See, this happens from time to time. He just disappears. Shows up in like a movie or something like that. Does anybody have any questions? Hello, Danny. Auntie, your name looks familiar too. I made these glasses. They're X-ray vision super futuristic glasses. And I use them to cut my hair. You can tell. But I look sickly on this side. I look pretty healthy on this one. Except that it cut my sideburns too short. About this morning, 3 hours or maybe so ago, I had like sideburns down to here. And I had eyebrows out to here. It was wild. What? I do remember you. It's just like the song. It's just like that song. I will remember. But in my case, it's I remember you. Today I forgot to take my art guard because I wanted to be creative. And a creative. One second. I've been. Whoa. Get over there. Is there a snare? What? Can somebody give me the snare? Hey, Mom, can you give me... Jasper? Hey, Jasper, can you wake Owen up? Yeah. Hey, Owen. Hey. Yeah. Sorry, man. I didn't mean to have to wake you up. Can you wake Tony up for me? Hey, he's right next to you. Aren't those his feet? Whose feet are those? Right? Who's Rachel? What? Sorry. See, it gives my foot something to tap to while I'm creating the beat for you all. See, we can all get countrified together. How about them apples, huh? I'm going to be going on tour. I'm going to be going on an open mic tour this summer. And you're all invited. I mean, if you want to host, too. Do you have a PA I could borrow? Down in the country, things are getting funky. I think that's the new hit I'm going to try to write before the summer begins. Nobody can steal it from me like last time. See, I write all these songs, and they catch fire. They catch fire just like, you wouldn't believe. For people that believe in the weirdest shit, you just wouldn't believe it. And if you're not careful, you'll get swept up in that fire. And you'll be going higher than there is some kind of sky in the star, within the stars. I don't even know what I try to sound poetic. Sometimes it just doesn't come out right. And I deeply apologize for that. I really do. It's the glasses, I think. I'm pretty sure it's the glasses. I don't have very good social skills. I didn't take that class back in school. Okay, I'm trying to read these comments here. Tour. Oh, art guard. Gotta be careful. Careful what you wish for. I'm working on a new solo project. I wanted to get something kind of like maybe this. Oh, this maybe. Yeah, like a can or something. I'll just take the stick, jam that in there like that, little sucker. That doesn't work as well as I thought it would, but it sounds cool. Oh, that's cool. It's very original. Jesus. Sorry, folks. That's my foot tapping. I got this gift. Not only do I got the gift of gab. Shit. But I also have the gift of beat. I grew up listening to like Michael Jackson and Randy Travis, and together they formed some big monolithic, countrified entity inside my young little fragile eggshell mind. But can't really explain it. But I can put it into a beat for you, give you an idea of what we're talking about now. Okay. What in the devil? What did you wake up to? Yeah, it's true. I love the Ghostbusters. I think they're the best people on earth. Sometimes. But don't put all your faith in one chicken. Or somebody's gonna eat it. Or what's that saying? What's that? Okay. What happened? Oh, here we go. See what I mean? Perfect. And it's exactly how it was formed, pretty solidly, by the nuns at the church that I was walking by when I heard that first sound the first time. Back in the country, red, white, and blue. Yeah, man, yeah, dancing in the moonlight, down in the country. Okay, we sing and dance like an avalanche of love, down in the country. All right, everybody sing. Down in the country. My breath, I'm close to death, back in the country. Oh shit, country. All right, everybody, that's a wrap. That's a wrap on that. It's countrified rap is what we call it here. It's a blend of hip hop, countrified hip hop rap. It's a rap battle going on inside of its own head. It's countrified rap. Hip-hop battle. Long story short, it's a blend. It's saucy, it's young, it's fresh, it's ancient, it's old, it's space-like, it's earth-like, it's hollow, it's flat. I think you know where I'm going with this. How about them apples? All right. Mallory, is that you? Oh my goodness. I didn't even know. I didn't even see you come in there. Hi. This is my drum. Just one of them. I have 3. One of them's invisible. You can't see it, but you can probably hear it. If I knew where it was, I would hit it. That way you could hear it. Mallory, Mallory, when did you come in? Mallory, Mallory, I didn't see you come in. Now I've got to write a song for Mallory on the spot. Got to my guitar someday, but today's not the day. Mallory, Mallory came. Mallory came. made a promise. And I usually, I usually keep I try to keep, every so often, that's not it either. I keep my promises, Mallory. You know that. Well, I was thinking too, I might show you, this is the drawing that Story Grub did. That little old buckaroo. It kind of dwarfs anything that I could do. Really. Oh gosh, there I am. I still want to be in the frame because I'm wearing this hat for a reason. Oh, right there. Yep, there it is. I don't know what he was eating when he did this, but or maybe lack of eating, because I think lack of eating gives you hallucinatories too. Yeah, he was up in that state hospital for about 37 years. Everybody knows that. If they don't, what have you been doing with your life? If you think about it. But then I might go over here too. And I think right here is where he got indigestion when he was 8 years old. But up here, that's where it came out. Unfortunately, all at once. It was the 80s. Everybody was doing it. All right. So, this is the one that he just finished. What a wackadoodle. Little whack-a-mole. Every time you see something, you just want to smash it down and something else pops up in the other part. Kind of like a pimple. Or is that a hernia? I know that's a hemorrhoid. I'm sorry, folks. I should know. Nope. I'm not talking about you, Joyce. Just calm down. She's rolling around over there on the floor, getting all upset. Joyce, you know I didn't mean nothing by that. We all got them. Yeah, they're contagious. Highly contagious. I got mine from the toilet seat in there. It's disgusting. I wish it wasn't made out of wood either, sweetie. Did you ever get those splinters out? No? No? Okay. You still name that one Master Splinter? The one that you couldn't get out? She's had a splinter in her butt for about 19 years. Old enough to be a sensei, a rat, big old rat. She calls it Splinter, because it is a big splinter, essentially. But it just stays in there. You can see it just right underneath the skin. Kind of like that's a big old fat piece of wood that just jammed underneath this her bottom skin, her butt skin. It's a long story. It's a long time ago, but we still have the seat. It's up on the wall now. Oh. Hello, killer. Didn't mean for my accent to change right there. But you see, when I'm, oh, just 1 second. Don't get old. Don't get old. And don't wear tight pants on a shoestring budget. Oh, that's better. You see, when I come in here and I'm wearing, I'm proud of my country. I love my country. I have an American flag, USA flag, whatever you want to call it. I have the underwear. I have the socks. I have the skull tattoo, the barcode skull tattoo on the back of my Americanized countrified head. And I ain't not afraid to tell you all about it either. I'm not afraid. I fought for my country in all the wars. I don't mean to laugh about that. It's just crazy how people, it just got into my head how awful it all is. Just for a split second there. I just lost it, folks. I just lost my faith. How unnecessary it all is sometimes. And how many people have to suffer because of it. Needlessly. Even within these own countrified walls that we find ourselves in. Our brave men and women go around fighting wars they shouldn't be fighting in. over things that they're never even going to benefit from. They come home treated like monsters, and even their own government treats them like they're despicable once they end up on the streets because they're sick. They can't get help. And that ain't no country that believes in its men and women, and not in a way. They don't even treat their citizens with that much respect either. And I'm just talking about government as if one big head, a big snake head, the big slithering tongue coming out. It's a scary world. But that's why we got to stick together. It's more important than ever. It's more important than Ezra. Sorry, Ezra, but it's true. Just go back to sleep, buddy. I don't know how many. Hey, Terry, how many freaking people do we got out here? The way I conjure Terry, I'll give you a trade secret. I just go like this. I just turn my nose. I plug this nostril and I like turn my nose and I just. But yeah. Sometimes you just gotta laugh. And sometimes you gotta cry. Sometimes. Sometimes you gotta laugh or you're gonna cry. God will poke you in the eye, but sometimes you gotta try. Sometimes. Sometimes the song just pops in my stupid little noggin and then it just pops out right back out the other side like a good earworm does, I suppose. Well, I don't think it's just the new gen though. I mean, it's been happening. It happens every time. It's a thing where people always talk about how we shouldn't repeat history, but people forget so quickly. I think they forget too quickly about all sorts of stuff. But that's the thing, These days, everything is just thrown at the young people. And they're throwing all this stuff. People throwing shit at them all the time. And nobody's sticking up for them. But also at the same time, they're inheriting in a world that's already just doomed. And I mean, doomed. And I guess everybody seems to just blame them for it. And I just don't think that's fair. Because I know plenty of people that are older that, do the same kind of stuff or have the same sort of mentality. It's a mentality. It's an attitude. And I know a lot of young people that work their asses off for nothing. I mean, they don't get shit. And they're really good people. But it's also a thing about just how you're raised. It's all about because I work customer service, when I'm not out there on the road doing my open mic tours, I do customer service. And there's kids that come in that are really freaking cool that, they're really nice and polite and just, I mean, they stand out because most kids don't do that. But I mean, I remember being a kid and I was sort of, my brothers and I were kind of forced to be polite. And that, in my opinion, is a mistake to do to kids too. You shouldn't make people be something they're not. Otherwise, it'll come out later in maybe potentially bad ways. And that's bad for everybody. But I didn't totally agree with you, though. I mean, there is this culture. There is a thing that happens just naturally, though. I think organically, because of technology and this whole thing. Because the other side of the spectrum is I've seen kids and young kids. I mean, I'm 45. I don't know what kids are. Just younger folk, glued to their devices a lot more. But then it's it's hard because I see everybody doing that kind of stuff, but I don't know. I just take everybody out there. at their word. You know, somebody the other day I just got done at the ATM. And they said that they ran out of gas, and they asked for me for $155, and I said I'll take your word. And they said they'd come back, pay me back. They said all they had to do was just go get some gas and come back, and I took them at their word. You know, beautiful things happen when you take people at they didn't come back. I was out $155, but beautiful things happen. I ended up finding a free slice of pizza that was in the trash after I lost the money. There's karma. It's a wonderful thing. It's a countrified thing. You know, karma comes right from the country. The good old down home, Americanized, countrified country. And nowhere else in the world, you know. Back in whitewashed Minnesota, actually. Yeah. You will be back. I will be back. The name's Blyte. But you can call it a story. And that's how the cookies crumbled. And also, oddly enough, that's when shit started rolling uphill for a change. Who would have thought? I can't keep... Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. I guess I should have finished my thought about the war and stuff like that, because that's another thing, too, where I actually saw a bumper sticker that said something like this, and it was very poignant in that, you know, I could care less about the government. You know, I could care less about the machine that is that, you know, all of the people that are in it. You know, when I talk about like they or the government or something like that, I'm referring to just a part of it, the part of it that is absolutely corrupted by corporate money, donors, and just endless war and profiting off of tragedy and the illusion of choice in a world where there is absolutely no choices. You can't make choices anymore about anything. You can't, not in the way that how it used to be. And we're getting strangled more and more all the time. And we can't fight that nameless, faceless entity necessarily. You know, that's why that dude shot killed the rich person, because they thought they were justified, and people feel that more and more. They feel justified to do stuff, but it's like, that's just feeding into the fucking machine even more, because then they'll just start gripping tighter and tighter after that kind of stuff. They'll start making mobs, hiding even better. I mean, they already do. But that forces people just to punch down or punch their neighbors or hate people because they're told to by these leaders who couldn't care less about them, and that use us all as pawns. And not just in this country. It's a big club, and well, we're in it, but not in the way that we think we are, unfortunately. But yeah, it is a shame how we glorify like the army. You know, there's commercials and shit like that, you know, where it's just like, war, kill people, kill poor people all over the world in the name of money, money, money. Saudi Arabian blood money. Kiss the ring. Then everybody thinks they have a choice. It's like, what choice do you guys think you have? But yeah, oh no, I do have a choice. I can hate that person over there because of the way they dress or the way they think about a God that is split up into billions of pieces. As many minds as there are on this planet, that's a God that you have to deal with. Or like, because I think even people that consider themselves atheists are still like, yeah, but is there? Fuck, is there? Because sometimes shit happens to people and they can't explain it to you. And it's not necessarily some guy on a cloud with a beard, but it starts pulling at a string. Wouldn't you say, Mom? Oh, Aunt Sally.
I'm going to pick up my food.
Okay. Do you need help?
No.
Okay.
When I get back, I will.
Okay. I'll be here.
Okie dokie.
Say hi to the people on YouTube. She didn't hear me. I'm in a garage. I should get going. I'm all parched. But just so you know, I love you. The world may be on fire, but there's great people out there. I think it's gonna get better, Killer. I think it's gonna get better. I feel like there's a great awakening coming, and I feel it. Yeah, it does. It feels like it's a very important time to be alive. Oh my God, the outside world. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen the outside world in 37 years. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. What do I do? What do I do? Not that. Not bad, but not that. These are kind of cool, actually. But I also think it's important to focus on, if you get stuck thinking about the bad stuff, always remember that there's other people out there that are doing good things too. And like I said, I feel like everything's being thrown at people, and we still keep going. And so it's a credit to a lot of us that, even though a lot of us feel like there is no hope, and for some of us, and when I say us, I'm just talking about regular Joe Schmo human beings, all over the planet, who suffer under these frickin' oil money wars that we can't escape out of. And it's all by design. And then people just there I go, because I go blaming people too, like just the common Joe Schmo, and then I act like I'm all for the people, but then I talk shit about the people. It's hard, because I do the same kind of stuff. I fall under the spell every once in a while that somebody at that sort of caliber, like that high of a politician or like a president could actually like be true to their word and look out for everybody instead of just their own. But yeah, corporations rule the day. Money talks. And we ain't got it. So, but it's not that money is everything, it's just that it feeds into the system that creates all of this sadness and tragic happiness. Okay, all right. Sorry, I'm getting really dark. Bring this one up a little bit. I used to just, when I got this drum, I used to just use it as like a coffee table. I hope so. I hope I'm a good dude. I don't care what people's politics are. When I see people suffering, it's not the first thing I think about. Or like their religion or the color of their skin or something, It's just, if somebody were to fall down in front of me, my first instinct would be to say, "Are you okay?" Not to be like, "Who the fuck are you?" or something, or like kick him or something like that. That's not. I don't like that vest you're wearing, motherfucker. My first instinct isn't to lash out at people, But sometimes there's this energy that comes, there's some people that are just crazy that want to kill you too. I mean, there's serial killers out there, so it's not like, I don't know. I'm getting off topic now, but it doesn't make it easy to be alive sometimes when it just all seems so absurd. When you were told and taught one thing all of your fucking life, and then one day you realize that all of that was bullshit. Like every single thing that you were told and taught was bullshit. And when your world doesn't come crashing in after that, you're just left to be like, now what? Now what? And this happens in many ways. Sometimes it happens every day to people. But we're able to snap out of it, or some of us use that kind of, sometimes I can use that to my advantage, or some people, I know a lot of positive people, I'm sure, that crash, but just snap right back, It gets easier with age, I think. But I think if we helped more instead of, and I'm talking about me too, I get so angry with people, I'm impatient, I think. Like I expect them to read my mind. Or expect that they've been through apparently the exact same situations and experiences that I have. Thus, they should have the exact same awareness, or situational awareness, maybe in said situation. But it's cool too when you sort of snap out of that mentality and you start being, oh yeah, everybody's an individual, and they're allowed to be an individual. Like they don't have to fit into my stupid little box that I am trying to shove them into. Like it bugs me when people do that to me. So why am I trying to do that to them? And then when you can break down those, just get out of this, throw the boxes in the recycling. Break them down first just to save room. But once you get them out there into the blue bin, not the gray one, and you start seeing people for who they really are, that's when you can start really appreciating who you are, I think, too. Or at least being maybe even just more sympathetic. Because it's okay to love yourself, and it's okay to think about yourself first. Because without you, we wouldn't be here. Your perspective matters. Without you, there would be nothing. You're conscious, you're a thing, you're alive. You matter. And I feel like we all owe each other everything all the time, and we're just fractals of, it's crazy to think about the universe and what's going on out there. And not even just like all the other dimensions and all the other, just what black holes lead to, and how space and gravity fucks with time and everything out there. And then we're just on this little rock, and it really is beautiful. It's so hard to, and I think that's the point of them throwing shit at us all the time and seeing which, because some of it sticks. A lot of it bounces off of us because we're just so used to it now. I mean, look at like school shootings and stuff. People are so used to that shit. And it's always the same fucking arguments too. It's just, that's why I just can't do it anymore. I don't even look at that stuff anymore. I don't look at the news. Because every time I peek behind the curtain, it's just the same old stuff. Over and over, it's just the same stuff that it was 10 years ago. Same exact stuff in the same order, pretty much the same time of day. It's just, they should just play the same news from 10 years ago today. Just put the different dates on, or some different graphics. Just update the graphics from time to time, which they do. They spend more money on graphics for news channels than they do on actual like investigative journalism and stuff. Going out and finding the truth, getting into people's faces that are ruining millions of people's lives and causing all of this stress. We deserve better. And in a world where corporations have the right to vote, or have are people considered people, and they can vote, we're all done. That's it. We're done. We can't compete with them and the donors who have billions, if not, well, millions basically, of dollars, but their corporations have billions, you know. They just, oh, oil spill, toxic spill, this and that, just write it off. Fucking a little fine here and there. They work fines into their budget, you know, these big corporations. They work fines and these $1 million fines into their budget every year, so they can fuck us all over even more, while they take our jobs, have machines make everything. That's the word I'm looking for. And then they call you unpatriotic or like unhuman or subhuman for daring to bring up the cracks, to show the cracks. Oh, you're not a fucking American. Why don't you go somewhere else? It's like, no, I'd rather stay here and make my country better, and make it better for those people who can't just run away with their tail between their legs. Those people don't belong here anyways. This is my country too. Sorry, I didn't mean to go so deep. I'm not trying to be so serious. I feel like I hope that I'm speaking for people, and not just everybody, and not just somebody on a rigid line that the same people that are destroying your life are telling you to stand on. And if you falter, you know, you're weak, you're nothing, you're a traitor. You're not a traitor. In a world full of cowards who are in power, people who are working their asses off to make ends meet in a society are the strongest people that always have existed. We've always been the strongest people, and we've a few times in history we've known how powerful we are when we come together. But we are so divided now. It's just so easy to manipulate us and control us and have us go this way or zig that way, and fall for their stupid breadcrumbs and take scraps and be happy with it, just as long as we get to talk shit about the guy across the street because he wears a different colored pair of shoes than I do or something, you know. That's what I don't get. But it does make sense. It's all psychological. Psychological. It's just sick. Well, I appreciate those kind words. I'm reading the comments. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to like stare anybody down. Well, and I think we're a very tribal. Humans are tribal. It's the word I'm looking for. I don't know my words, but we need. And I like I was saying. I think I was saying this last night. I would like Bernie Sanders, for example, when he came about. You know, when I first noticed him, anyways, it was, and I won't go into like a huge thing, but it was similar to what people talked about with Trump, you know. And I'm not going to talk about this very much. I don't even like talking about politics on my channel, but not in this way. But what Bernie was saying was just to me that the stuff that stuck out was universal things that we deserve, like human rights. In my opinion, just human rights, healthcare, a shot at a free life, or a free life. What the fuck what was I gonna say? A shot at a good life, you know, not a lot, but just enough stuff that other countries that are much poorer than us get. Just the basics. I would rather take a shitty dentist than no dentist. and because people always complain like, oh, the doctors over there, they don't even know how to sew a wound shut. It's like, what? I'm sure there's fine doctors over there, you know, wherever that is. But what he was saying was resonating, and just how I believe, you know, that humans have if you're alive, you should be able to be taken care of in a certain way, because the world is abundant with stuff, and every day in this country we throw away so many things, and so many things go bad just in grocery stores, and there's just no reason why anybody should ever be going hungry in this, on this planet. But it's all political, it's all geopolitical, and it's all this bullshit. Um, and people here in this country think it's just. I mean, if anything, COVID proved us wrong, but we think that we're immune to certain things, and famine, and civil war, even, or whatever it is. It's like it's already happening in certain parts of this country with, like, there's like lead in the water, and infrastructures are falling apart, and we don't have, in the richest country, how's there fucking lead in the pipes? How are kids drinking lead in the water? Because it's happening not only in Flint, Michigan, but it happens in many country or cities across this country. Um, and that's ridiculous. And the price, I mean, like I was saying the other night, I mean, all you have to do is look at how people treat the most vulnerable. In this country, my cousin and my aunt, they get insulin, and every month that shit's thousands of dollars. And she has this little, my aunt has this little monitor thing that checks her blood sugar all the time. I have to, like, put it on her arm and stuff like that. And every month it's like $4,000 or something for this stupid fucking thing. And yeah, I could understand why people get upset with these, like, CEOs, and the healthcare industry and all this stuff, but it's totally fair. She, I mean, I make 50 grand a day. I don't understand what people's problem is. I'm just kidding. It's just despicable when you could cross the border and get the same thing for $5. And I'm not saying give it to us for free, but it's insulin. Without it, people would die, and we monetize something that without it, people would fucking die every day, and we make it so high that people, if you're poor, you're dead. You're gonna die, or you're gonna ration it, and you're gonna get sick. And that's a sick country, man. That's a sick country. You know. And I for one want my country to be better than that. I want it to treat people better than that. And like I said, we deserve better than to be fighting over scraps. Otherwise, why did all those people die for this country anyways? What did they die for? These rich, you know, clueless people at the top? I mean, because also, if people are dying for this country, you would think that there'd be a reason for it, or a good reason for it. But still waiting for, that freedom that everybody keeps talking about. And I'm not talking about just privilege or stuff like that, but I'm talking where everybody in this country is it's just never gonna happen. It's just like fucking people are always gonna be assholes everywhere. But you know what I mean. Just a more equitable society, and not just among the working class. Obviously, I mean that too, but where CEOs aren't making trillions of dollars a freaking year, and that while their companies are going bankrupt and putting people out of work and that sort of thing. When I talk about equality, I'm not talking about race necessarily or things like that even, but I am. Obviously, that's a given. I mean, I feel like there's just some things that don't need to be said, but obviously, right, fucking racism is despicable and cowardly. So and also, yeah, there should be, I'm talking about financial, like equity or whatever. And we just need to come together in a way that has never been seen before, because we're at a red line, and for a lot of us, it's a very terrifying time, and we can't escape it. And it's just like I think you said, it is gonna get. I think it will get worse, but I feel like everything has to get worse before it gets better. But when it gets better this next time, it's gonna be the best. my aunt just got home with some food. We're having deviled eggs. We're doing Easter today. I don't even know what the hell Easter is, but I heard it's has to do with like a tortoise and a hare, and how they went on some race to find out whose religion was the most offensive or something. Something fun like that. We're gonna go inside and do a cosplay version of it, and we'll film it, and we'll put it on the old Buckaroo box a little bit later. How about that? All right, everybody. I appreciate you hanging out with me, and happy holiday, however you guys celebrate it. Hope you have a wonderful day. I love you. So does Blyte. Blyte loves you very much. See you later, killer. Bye, everybody. You take care now. Red, white, and blue. All the way. Buckaroo. All right.